and welcome to Yoga Class 4. Come to the top of your mat and let's get started. Remember, your breath and your centering is of utmost importance throughout the hour. Plant your feet firmly into the mat. Bring your thoughts and awareness inward, centered. Find your heartbeat, your breath, your posture. Draw the shoulder blades behind. Allow the heart center to lift and open. Feel your spine lengthening. The feet are firmly planted into the mat. Your toes are spread. Tuck the tailbone under. You'll feel the abdominal muscles engage. That's your core. Breathe in, allow the shoulders to open, the rib cage to rise, the lungs to expand. As you exhale, slow the exhale, lengthening the exhale, reaching the fingertips towards the floor, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Again, breathe in, fill the lungs. Breathe out. Your exhale should be twice as long as your inhale. The spine, the core, always work together in class. Relax the muscles around the eyes and the mouth, across the brow and throughout the jaw. At the same time, we're engaging the core abdominal area. Each posture has elements of rest and work. We'll begin by lifting and lowering the heels. So spread your toes, connect with all 10, lifting the heels and lowering the heels. Work at your own level and your own pace. You can lift slightly or all the way up. Find your class designed for you, listening to your body. Each class separate from the last. Up and down, heels come up and down, increasing circulation throughout the lower body, starting with our toes. And one more, up and down. Again, open the chest by drawing the shoulders behind. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Reach the left fingertips towards the floor. And then look down at the floor. Opening the back of the neck, left ear to left shoulder. Breathing in and out, reaching the right fingertips towards the floor. Looking up at the ceiling. Reversing that circle, left ear to left shoulder. Look down at the floor. Breathing as you move. Breathing as you hold. Right ear to right shoulder. Keep your shoulders on an even plane. Look up to the ceiling. Back to center. Breathe the arms all the way up. Fill the lungs. Exhaling slowly. Hands come to the heart center in prayer. Push the palms to the front of the room and release any negative thoughts. Come to mountain pose. Slide to the right, tighten the core. Keep the core tight as your spine moves to the right, look to the left. Bring that left arm over. Level 2, side stretch. Grab the left wrist with the right hand. Level 3, side stretch. Come back up to center and prayer. Hands move to the heart center in mountain pose. Push the palms to the front of the room. Let go of any negative experiences. Come to mountain pose with a positive thought. Open the chest and slide to the left. Tightening the core to support your spine. Look to the right if your neck will allow. Level 2, bring the right arm over, deepening your side stretch. Left hand grabs the right wrist with an inhale and an exhale. Come back up to center. Open the arms wide to horizontal and swan dive down. Let the chest drop first. Then the arms, last the eyes, head, neck. Look at your kneecaps. And fall forward in your forward fold. Bring your chin to your collarbone, deepening your forward fold. Knees can be gently bent, softening at the knee joint, protecting our joints in class. Tighten the belly, open the arms, reverse through swan, slowly lifting. Come up with the arms, back arch, exhale. Inhale to center and come to prayer, resting in mountain pose. Let's push the palms to the front of the room. Release any fears. Turn the palms up, lift, gathering the positive forces in the universe, and bring them to your heart center. Lift the arms, come up, and our back arch. Through repetition, we connect the body and the brain. Inhale, come to center. Open the arms wide. And swan dive down, tightening the belly. Let's stop halfway. Body is parallel to the floor and ceiling. Reach the arms out, core is tight. Pull the belly button up to the spine. You're looking at your block in front of you. Using those same core muscles, bring the chest down. Then the arms. Look at your kneecaps in forward fold. Melting, resting. Elements of rest and work in each pose, trying to balance rest and work throughout your week. Listen to your body in class, throughout your day. Work at your own level. Let's move into imaginary chair. We work the back of our legs in forward fold. Let's work the front. Imaginary chair and breathe. Come to prayer. Find your posture, tighten your belly, the chin is up, the shoulders are down. Prayer with a twist. Keep the weight in your heels. Drop the right arm, raise up the left. In a spinal twist, look to that top hand. The weight is even on both heels. You're breathing. Come back to prayer with a twist. Straight ahead with the arms. And raise your body up to a back arch. Exhale. Come to center, an imaginary chair. Coming to our poses from different directions. And prayer with a twist. Stay in your heels, tighten your core, look to your right elbow. You can stay here. Deepening the pose, drop the left arm, raise up the right, spinal twist in our imaginary chair. Come back to prayer with a twist and breathe. Never hold the breath. Holding the pose, imaginary chair, come down to forward bend to rest. Releasing the quadriceps, working the hamstrings, and breathe. Inhale, exhale, grab the big toes. Look up with the chin. Look up with the eyes. Lengthening the spine, deepening the stretch for the hamstrings. Breathing in your pose. Holding the pose, never the breath. Relax the head. Release the toes, forward fold. Repetition will also help to stretch the muscles. Feel the warmth, the heat that you're generating. Let that warmth help you. Hands to the mat. Let's step back with both feet coming into plank. Body stiff as a board. Lift the chin. Palms are directly under your shoulders. The belly's up, the chin is up. If you'd like to modify your plank, you can bring the knees down. So plank from the knees up. Choose your challenges today. Finding plank. Let's pick up our hips. Downward facing dog. We step in a few inches and press. And breathe. Lift the right leg. Three-legged dog and point the toes. Squeeze that right cheek. We're going to bend that knee. The right knee comes under your chest. Slide it between your hands. Lengthen the left leg behind. Sit up tall on the tips of your fingers. Bring the arms all the way up. And lay your chest down. If you'd like to support yourself, you can leave your hands on the mat and lower your chest with your hands on the mat. So find the pose that's best for you. Everyone is resting in dying swan. Your head can land on the mat, the block, the rolled up towel. Let's bring our hands right by our knee, front knee, and push yourself up. Breathing. Let's try that again. You can leave your hands on the mat and lay your chest down, or bring the arms all the way up and lower yourself with your core strength in dying swan. Finding the block, the towel, or right down onto the mat. So find the pose that works best for you today. Bring your hands back by your front knee. Push yourself up. And breathe one more time. Hands can be on the mat, laying your chest down, or bring the arms all the way up. And now down with your core strength. And breathe. Finding the block, the towel, or all the way down hands back by your front knee. Push yourself up onto the tips of your fingers. Take your right hand over, press into that right palm. Bend your left leg, grab your left hand around the left ankle and tug. Looking over your shoulder, breathing here. Deepening the pose by bringing that heel closer and closer, or you can back off and release that heel. So working to stretch your quadricep in a deep stretch, or releasing for a gentle stretch. Bring that foot back down, turn the toes under on that back foot, one hand on either side of that front knee, and push your leg right up to three-legged dog in one motion. Breathe. Come back to downward facing dog and press. Level one. So you can always keep both feet on the ground. We're going to start to add on. Bring the left leg up. And breathe, point, lift, squeeze that left cheek. Point the toes. Bend your left knee and bring it under your chest, between your hands. Sit up tall on the tips of your fingers and lengthen your spine. Bringing your hands onto the mat for support, lay your chest down. So this is our modified version. Your head can come to the block, the towel, or the mat, and lay the arms out overhead, dying swan. And breathe. Feel the opening through your right hip flexor. You're stretching your left leg. Breathe in here, rest in here. Bring your hands by your front knee, push yourself up, and then onto the tips of your fingers. We like to find our spine. So your hands can stay on the mat, or all the way up, and lay your chest down first. Use your core strength. Remember, you can always modify. You can bring your head to the mat, or if you'd like to find your block or your towel and rest here and breathe here. Slow the breathing down. Bring your hands back by your knee. Push yourself up. Find the tips of your fingers. You can choose to modify this pose with your hands on the mat, or the hands come all the way up and lay your chest down. Listen to your body. Do what's right for you. Finding the block, the mat, or your rolled up towel. And breathe here in dying swan. Elements of rest and work in each pose. Let's bring our hands back by that knee. Push yourself up. Find the tips of your fingers. We like to find our posture. Strong, tall. Bring that left hand over. Press into the left palm. Bend your right knee. Right hand grabs the right ankle and tug. So a gentle tug. Your heel is out. A deep stretch, you're going to pull that heel deeper and deeper towards your gluteus maximus. Look over your shoulder, you're stretching the neck. And you're breathing. A gentle stretch, your heel would be away from your body. A deep stretch, you're pulling it closer and closer. Listen to your body today. Breathing, stretching. Let's lay that foot down, turn the toes under. One hand on either side of your front knee. In one motion, we're going to bring that left leg up to three-legged dog. Bring it down. Downward facing dog and press. step back out. All our poses have variations and levels. Remember to work at your own level, at your own pace. Lift the chin. Let's move to a right side arm balance. Right palm, your right knee could be down or your feet could be stacked, and lift the left arm. Look up to that left hand. Take that top arm long overhead, extended side arm balance. Raise the eyes and the arm. Come back to plank. Body stiff as a board in one long line. And a left side arm balance. Make sure your left palm is directly under your left shoulder. Right arm comes up. You can have your feet stacked, or your left knee can be down. If your left knee is down, just make sure your left knee is directly under your left hip. We like to support our joints. Knee can be down or your feet can be stacked. Extended side arm balance, and breathe. So remembering to modify your pose whenever necessary. Raise the eyes and the arm. Come back to plank. Body stiff as a board in one long line. Pick up your hips. Step in. Downward facing dog. Pick up the right leg. Three-legged dog, level 2. Remember the levels. Bend your knee. Let's open the hips to the right. Right hip is on top of the left. We're going to pivot on the left foot. So we're going to twist that foot. Bring that right foot around. Plant your feet firmly into the mat. One foot is off the mat. Raise your right arm up and press your left fingertips into the mat. And now reach that top arm overhead. Reverse table. Raise the arm. In one motion, we're going to come back to three-legged dog. So plant your right palm, pivot on the left leg, lift the right leg, and breathe. Drop the right leg down. Downward facing dog. We're going to bend the knees, toes are curled under. Stretch your feet, relax your toes, and sink down into child's pose. So that series has quite a few different choices. Remember to work at your own pace, at your own level. Everyone should be resting in child's pose. Find a comfortable place for your arms. You can even bring your hands by your feet, palms facing up. Let your shoulders completely melt and rest over your knees and thighs. And breathe as you rest. One more deep breath here in your resting pose. Come back to hands and knees. We're going to be moving through that series again, where you're going to end up in reverse table. So if you would prefer not to do that pose, just stop at level 2 or level 3. Turn the toes under, pick up your knees, level 1, downward facing dog. Level 2, we lift the left leg. Level 3, we bend the knee and roll the hips to face the left side of the room. Pivot on the ball of that right foot. Plant both feet into the mat. One foot is off the mat, and lift that left arm up. The right fingertips press into the mat. And take that top arm overhead. Raise the eyes and the arm. Try to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Lift those hips up a little higher. Now in one motion, we're going to bring this left hand down and the left leg up. So pivot on the right foot. Lift the left leg all the way up. Three-legged dog, level 2, and drop your left foot in level 1, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, toes are curled under. Relax the feet. Let's get the knees right under the hips, palms under the shoulders, round into cat. And stretch into cow. Round into cat. And stretch into cow. Enjoy these simple, effective poses. One more cat. And one more cow. Back to our neutral spine. Let's walk the knees up to the hands. You can bring the block or towel alongside you on the right or left. This next series you may want to watch first. Bring your feet and knees in front. So if you prefer to modify this pose, there's always modifications for each series. So start with mountain pose. Shoulders are down, the belly's in, the chin is up. You're at the very top of your mat. Breathing and centering, and you may be fine staying here. We're going to start to move through a series with plow and candlestick. Let's begin by moving into candlestick. So we're going to use a little momentum and roll back, lifting your bottoms and finding your legs straight up in the air. Make sure your hands are under your hips for support. Candlestick. Put the right knee to your right ear. Half a candle. Lift that right leg up. Bring the left knee to the left ear. And breathe here. Raise that left leg up and slowly bring those legs overhead into plow. They may be up in the air here, or your toes may come all the way to the floor. So find your level, working at your own pace. Bend your knees right by your ears. As you roll down, you're going to use a little momentum to sit right back up into mountain pose. A modification for this pose would be simply to roll back and lift your legs up. So you don't have to have your bottom all the way up in the air. Let's roll back up. And let's use that same momentum to come back up to candlestick. Bottoms come all the way up, or your bottoms can stay on the ground. We're going to open wide and spread eagle. Flex your feet, pull those legs together. And now slowly overhead into plow. Your legs may be up in the air or all the way down to the floor. Make sure your hands stay on your hips for support and feel the opening through the spine. Bend your knees right by your ears. As you roll down, use that momentum to sit back up in mountain pose. Posture, core, breath, centering. Staying positive, focused, relaxed. One more time, we're going to roll back into candlestick. So use that momentum and lift your hips up, hold your hips up. This time we're going to scissor the legs. One leg comes forward, one leg goes back. And then scissor the other way. Back up to candlestick. Let's do another spread eagle. Flex your feet, pull them together. One more scissor. Right leg forward, left leg back, and scissor again. And back up to candlestick, and overhead into plow. Our third plow. Supporting your hips with your hands, find your stretch. Go to the point of stretch and no further. Never force the pose. Your lungs may feel compressed here. Continue to breathe slowly, deeply. Bend your knees by your ears. And let's roll down. This time we're going to keep our spine on the mat. Hands underneath the knee joint. Round the forehead to the knees to the forehead. And come down. Feet on the mat. Your head is on the mat. Palms facing up. Tuck your tailbone and rest here. Breathe here. We're going to work through a pose that's counterposed to our plow. It helps to move the spine in the other direction. So let's open up the feet nice and wide, about the width of your mat. You can either grab hold of your ankles, or if you can't reach your ankles, just place your hands right close to your heels. And let's start to lift. Push your feet into the mat, lifting your bottoms up. Breathing here. If you can, scrunch those shoulder blades underneath and breathe and bridge. Pick up your hips, squeeze through the lower back, bridge pose. And slowly lower down. Unscrunch those shoulders, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees in over the chest, hold on underneath the knee joint, forehead to knees to round. Release your bridge. Come back down, feet on the mat, spine on the mat. Rest your head. Place your right foot center. Palms can be on the mat. Let's take the left ankle on the right thigh and lift here. So coming to half bridge. If you want to challenge yourself, take that left foot and touch the ceiling with your toes in a drawbridge. So lifting, 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 breathing. Bring that left ankle that's up here back to that right thigh. Open that left knee and hip and slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. With both hands, grab that right thigh and tug that right leg in. So feel the stretch. You can leave your head down or you can pick your head up. You can have this right leg bent or straight. So find your variation and breathe into it. Keep tugging, feel the stretch with the left piriformis. If your leg is straight, bend it. If your head is up, bring it down, bring that right foot to the mat. And raise that left leg in the air. Grab hold. Let's tug that left knee to your nose and stretch. This right leg can stay bent or extend it in our mid-air split. Bend that right leg. Lay your head down. Bring that left foot to the mat. Place the left foot in the center. Right ankle on the left thigh. and open up. Plant your left foot, palms are on the mat. Let's pick up our bottoms, lifting in half bridge. You can stay here or take the right toes to the sky and breathe. Bring that right ankle back to your left thigh. Open that right knee and hip. You're breathing. Lower your hips down, one vertebrae at a time. Both hands wrap around the left thigh. Pull it in and bring your head up. Tugging. You can keep this left leg bent or straighten it. Find your variation. If your left leg is straight, bend it. Bring your left foot down. Bring your head to the mat. Bring that right leg in the air, starting at the knee, move towards your ankle in a mid-air split. Find your variation and stretch. Breathe. Bend your left leg, lay your head down. Let's bring that right foot to the mat. And take the block or the rolled up towel, place it under your hips. Lay your legs down long. Feel the hips open. And bring the right arm overhead. And bring the left arm overhead. Let your hands find the corners of your mat. And let the heels find the other corners. Rest and stretch. So take your time here. Close your eyes. Stay present in the here and now, counting each breath. Bring the right arm back by your side. Left arm comes back by your side. Bend the knees. And bring just your toes to the mat. So you're pointing your toes. You're going to lift the knees and tap down. Lift up and tap down. So the core is doing all the work. These muscles here, your abdominal area. So the toes come up with the core strength and the toes go back down. So keep your belly button pressed to the mat. This will flatten the tummy. Up and down. Let's do 10 more. You're breathing the whole time. And 5 more. Just 3 more, 2 more, last one, and then bring the legs straight up. A great way to begin the day, a great way to end the day. Palms facing up, legs are effortlessly hanging in midair, and you're breathing. Stay present with your thoughts in the here and now. Bend your knees, bring your feet down, pick up your bottoms, take the block, set it aside. Bring the hands behind your head. We'll do a few core exercises. So we're going to be working on this area here, your abdominal area. Pulling the belly button down to the floor the whole time you're working. Bring the left knee in. Right elbow to the left knee and extend that right leg long. You can modify this pose by placing your leg down on the floor or working with it up in the air. Breathe and switch. So we're holding the pose, moving in slow motion, pulling the knee to the elbow and the elbow to the knee. Let's switch again. So you're breathing as you hold. The work is taking place in the stillness. This works the obliques, the outer portion of your abdominals. And switch again. One more time on this side, right elbow, left knee. And last time on this side, left elbow, right knee. Bring both knees in, lay your head down. Take your hands, place them under your hips. So you're elevating your hips with the back of your hands. See that? Remember to keep the belly button pressed to the floor. This is going to flatten the tummy. Move your legs in and out, just above the mat. Breathing slowly. As one leg goes in, the other goes out. The whole time you're working that core, pulling the belly button to the floor. And let's do 10 more. 9 more. 8. Last 2. Last 1. Both knees in. Keep the knees in, feet up. Take the hands and place them in a T position. To move the knees to the right and the eyes look down the left arm, stretching the spine. Breathe the knees across. There's an inhale and an exhale to stretch the spine. And again, knees come across, eyes to the other side. You connect the brain and the body through repetition. Take this right hand and you can press the hand right to the knees to deepen the pose. We lengthen the breath to lengthen the muscles. Open that hand back up. Knees come across, eyes to the other side. Any neck issues, just look straight up at the ceiling. Take this left hand and press the knees together to deepen the pose. And breathe. Open that left arm back up. Knees straight up, feet on the floor. We're going to move through a variation of that pose. So drop the right leg down long. And the right arm overhead. Right arm, right leg. Let's drape this left knee over the right and kick it to the right wall. Left foot to the right wall. Look down the left arm, morning star. And stretch. So find the 4 corners, north and south, east and west. And breathe here. Bend this left leg. Right arm comes to T. Bend your right leg. Lay the left leg down long. Left arm overhead. Left arm, left leg in one long line. And breathe in and out. Our last stretch for the class. Take this right knee, drape it over the left. take this left foot and kick it to the left, the right foot, kick it to the left wall. And look down the right arm in Morning Star. And breathe here. Bend this right knee. Bend the left knee. Bring both hands by your sides. Let's place one hand on your heart center and one hand on your core. Place the bottoms of your feet together and open the knees, hips, and thighs in reclining cobbler. And stretch and rest here. So you can take as much time as you like in this position. Close your eyes and breathe deep. Perhaps you're listening to your favorite music. Stay positive and present in the here and now. Open the right palm and the left. After you've rested in reclining cobbler, let's bring the knees together and pull the knees in over the chest. Forehead to knees, knees to forehead, and stretch. So pull the shoulders in, the chin is on the chest. Using a little momentum, we're going to roll to a seated mountain pose. Sit up tall. And let's find forward bend. Our last forward bend together. Melting into your forward fold. Inhale, open the arms. Slowly exhale, lifting your spine, stacking your vertebrae, opening your heart center. Breathe the arms all the way up with an inhale. And exhale, come to prayer. Stay present and positive this week. Namaste.